Tuesday. We're here, 9:02, 6th day of January. It falls on this Tuesday, and we got a good show. North Alton and Godfrey Business Council. They'll join us in a couple of minutes' time. We're going to be talking to Zeke, Jaybusch. He's the president of the organization, and we'll be talking about their successful December. Zeke was also one of the chairpeople for the Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign. We'll get all of those details. And then Don's going to fill us in, Riverbend Investment Management, a little bit about him, and all those details await you in a couple of minutes' time. Sydney Sinks will join us in the 10 o'clock for a great Tuesday morning conversation, and then all the fun stuff awaits you too. I hope you guys are having a great start to your Tuesday, and man, it's a nice one. I'm still getting nervous, though. I mean, I really am. I truly believe that we are going to get some weather. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll stand corrected, but I don't know. We're getting too blessed in January with 52 degrees. Hey, make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today, and you'll never miss out. You can join myself and well over 90,000 people that are a part of the app and also have signed up for daily email updates. I mean, think about that. Every morning, in the know, with your daily dose of local, courtesy of RiverBender.com, plus with the app, breaking news, push notifications, and all that fun stuff awaits you. Here's what you need to know as you start off your Tuesday. We'll take you right to Bethalto first. David A. Murray of Bethalto was sentenced to 4 years in prison after he pled guilty to a Class 1 felony for failing to report a fatal accident that occurred on December the 29th, 2024. In Alton. Murray was the driver of a 2017 Ford F-150 involved in a crash that killed Stephen Carell, 58 years of age, who was riding a motorized bicycle. Murray did not stop or notify authorities within 30 minutes that violated Illinois law. The plea deal did dismiss other charges, and although prosecutors sought the maximum sentence, the judge imposed 4 years. The case prosecuted by Madison County State's Attorney, Thomas Hain. Also, in the news today, the Wood River Fire Department responded to the 800th block of State Street after an SUV ran off the road and struck a house. Firefighters found the vehicle had collided with the corner of the home, causing notable damage. We showed you some of those photos as they came in yesterday. Alt Memorial Ambulance personnel did treat the driver at the scene, and authorities have yet to confirm any more details on this crash. We'll have that for you when they do emerge to us. We'll relay that on RiverBender.com/news. Also in the news, the Illinois State Police are currently investigating a fatal officer-involved shooting that occurred near a convenience store in East St. Louis on January the 4th. Troopers did respond to a report of a stolen vehicle around 10:08 p.m. When they attempted to stop that vehicle, the driver reversed and struck a police squad car before driving towards a trooper. The trooper discharged his firearm, fatally wounding the driver, identified as 40-year-old Rachel E. Terrence of Maryville. Emergency medical services were called, and Terrence was transported to a hospital where she was pronounced deceased. No officers were injured. The trooper involved is on administrative leave while the investigation continues, led by the Illinois State Police Division of Internal Investigation. Findings will be reviewed by the St. Clair County State's Attorney's Office. The investigation remains open and ongoing at the time of this posting. Also in the news, Pierce Lane and Godfrey will be temporarily closed to through traffic from Monday, January the 12th through Friday, January the 16th. The closures affect the stretches between Surrey Court and West Delmar at Illinois American Water and Loki Plumbing. They retire an old water main and perform related improvements. This is similar to what you experienced just a few months ago. A detour will direct drivers east on Homer Adams, then north on to Godfrey Road, and then west on Stamper Lane back to Pierce Lane. Local emergency services and transit providers have been notified to adjust their routes, and residents should plan to have alternate routes during this time. Weather impacts could delay this project, and for details, you can contact Public Safety at 223-5995. Also in the news today, St. Louis County Police are investigating a homicide that took place early Monday morning in the 2000th block of Switzer Avenue in Jennings. Officers responded around 2:27 a.m. to a shooting and found an adult male victim who unfortunately died at the scene from his injuries. Detectives from the Bureau of Crimes Against Persons are leading this ongoing investigation, and authorities have not released any additional details as this case has developed. Officials urge anyone with information to contact the St. Louis County Police Department or submit anonymous tips through Crime Stoppers, with a possible reward available. Finally, in the news and positive news, Edwardsville High School's Marching Tigers, they traveled to London over the recent winter break to perform in the prestigious London's New Year's Day Parade, showcasing their talents on an international platform. Led by band directors Ryan Lipscomb and Dean Anderson, the group spent months preparing for the event and also visited several historical sites throughout the city. Victoria Vumard, the school's orchestra director and fine arts department chair, praised the trips as an incredible musical and cultural opportunity. The school district administration expressed great pride in the students' dedication and outstanding representation of both the school and the community as they were performing throughout that parade. You can see more details on that story at RiverBender.com/news. Also in the news today, finally in the news and more positive news, Haley Handler, a senior at East Alton Woods River High School, has been recognized for her dedication and resilience in basketball, playing since 4th grade. Her persistence through injuries and competitive spirit have earned her the Midwest Members Credit Union Female Athlete of the Month Award. She expressed deep gratitude to her parents for their unwavering support and to her coach, Joe Sears, for motivating her to her potential. Beyond basketball, Handler also competes in track, football, and tennis. Although she does not plan to play basketball in college, her high school sports experiences have taught her valuable lessons in patience, hard work, and personal growth. And congratulations from all of us at RiverBender.com for your recognition as a Female Athlete of the Month from Midwest Members. You can see all of those athletes of the month from various schools throughout the Riverbend region and the students through Student Spotlight at RiverBender.com/news. Click on the Student Spotlight tab and then go to RiverBender.com/sports. Click on Athlete of the Month to see all the area students that are being recognized from our team. Let's take a look at weather. 52 degrees today, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not liking it. Here's why. All tangled up. I can't get any closer to this microphone. Man, my allergies are kicking my butt today. I don't know about you, but the air quality's at 65, which is moderate. Grass is low, mold is low, ragweed's low, and the tree levels are low too, but they're at 11, so those will continue to rise. Today, temperatures are going to reach 56 degrees and drop down to 31 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, a high of 57, a low of 42. But here comes the rain. On Thursday, we're going to see that chance of rain shoot up to 98% with occasional rain in the morning. It will be windy in the afternoon, but on Thursday night, there's rain and a thunderstorm predicted for our area. It will be breezy as well as we head into Friday. On Friday, a high of 60, a low of 37 degrees, and there's a chance of an evening shower. But on Saturday, right now, we're going to call for it. Flurries on Saturday morning, low clouds, and then it will become breezy with a bit of snow in the afternoon. A 55% chance of that is what we're calling for right now. It could change, but I don't know. We've been blessed this winter so far. The weather's coming, my friends. That's a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. It's 52 degrees. It feels like 51 out there in downtown Alton. And right around there throughout the 618 and 314. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back Rehab Recover and Return Home. Hey, while I have you, let me fill you in on our friends at Ehrman, Illinois. You know, I know that, bills come in from the electric company and it's never fun, but what I think is cool about Ehrman is they join us on the show and they really break down the services they provide for the region, because sometimes, they might not even be our actual provider, to be honest with you, because of the energy aggregation programs, but we aren't here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the good that Ehrman does, and, there's so much of it. They're building a stronger, smarter, more reliable future. And think about this. I mean, they're always enhancing our grid. They're adding those storm hardening power poles. And we've had Ehrman on the reps talking about just how meticulous they are in setting those poles up and why they're doing it that way to really make the system stronger, to really last through those tough Midwestern weather events. I mean, man, we have a ton of them. And what I think's great, while we're in our beds and, all kind of bundled up. Maybe the power goes out for a few minutes, maybe it goes out for a few hours, but Amron's linemen, man, they're out there working hard to make sure that power is restored. And here's another thing. They're always about responding to storms. They have those mobile response centers to respond to storms quicker and get the power turned on sooner. You know, there's so much more advancements that's taking place at Ehrman.com as they continue to invest in new technology and infrastructure and support that stronger grid. You can learn more at Ehrman.com/energy future. That's Ehrman.com/energy future. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. You stay there, and I'll be here. Our Tuesday morning continues right after this. Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Welcome back. Daily Show on a Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the year.
Happy New Year.
Second day of the work week, but first Tuesday of the year. You know, there's always a first for everything. And with the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, it's time to spotlight them. And really, how fun was it the last month, Zeke, really to be with the council. Zeke Jaybusch, the president of the organization, and we also have Don, Riverbend Investment Management, and a member of the group with us. And, you know, Zeke, like I was just saying, last month was fun. I mean, Breakfast with Santa, the Salvation Army. You know, where do we start on that? And just the success that those two events seem to have.
Well, to begin with, the Salvation Army is kind of an unknown and probably not much paid attention to organization which serves the needy, serves those less fortunate than some of us, and do a great job. And my wife and I were lucky enough to be asked to be chairpersons for the fundraising effort, and the community has come forth once again in a very positive way. They are about 60% of their goal, with proceeds yet coming in from December. So fundraising will continue through the end of the month, either by mail or by an online donation. And you have to see the activities that go on there to really appreciate what happens to people. And the smiles on their face or the appreciation that they show is satisfaction in terms of any volunteer effort or any contribution that you might make to support the effort. So we're very appreciative of what the community has done. We're very appreciative of people like my associate here who volunteered, who rang bells. That portion of the fundraising effort raises about 27% of the total budget.
It's incredible.
And there were 550 volunteers that rang bells this year, if you can believe that. That's
You can't, to me, honestly, Zeke, and I don't know how you feel about this, Don, but you can't have the Christmas feeling without seeing the Red Kettle campaign and having the bell ringing, opportunities. And, have you rang the bell was this the first year you've done that, or you've done this quite a bit?
No, I've done it quite a bit, even before I became affiliated with the Business Council. It's just always something that's been important to me. My daughter graduated from Marquette. There's always a service hour obligation, if that's the right word, there. My son attends Father McGivney, same thing. So our kids always needed service hours, and even if they didn't need them, I think it would be something that we did because, like you said, it's kind of a staple of that time of the year when you go to the grocery store or the drugstore or wherever it may be. There's usually somebody out there ringing the bells.
Now, let me ask you, since you're a veteran bell ringer, has this been a good winter for a good weather campaign for the bell ringing? Was it okay, or was it a little bit worse for wear sometimes to be out there?
Well, it depends. I mean, early on, I think early December,
It was a little rough.
right? But lately, it's like you'd go out there with a hat and gloves, and about halfway through the shift, hey, you don't need the hat and the gloves. So,
what was your worst December season? Was there ever one you were getting snowed on or anything like that? Because I haven't had the chance yet. I wanted to this year, but with the baby and everything, it was just a little bit more tough. Has there been one where you're out there kind of battling the elements?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I've done it so many times now. There's days where it's not real pleasant, but for the most part, it's not been too bad. But let me tell you something, and Zeke hit on this as well. This community is so generous. They're so giving. And even if somebody doesn't have anything to, quote, give that day or whatever, because a lot of people don't walk around with a lot of cash nowadays, myself included. True. Just people genuinely, hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for doing this. You hear that 5 or 6 times over a 2-hour period, and it really kind of renews your faith in humanity.
Yeah.
Whether people give or not, just the acknowledgement that people appreciate what you're trying to do for our community, as Zeke said, it really makes it worthwhile.
Totally agree. And, it kind of ties right back into, Zeke, the other part of December for the council, and that was Breakfast with Santa, which was really a community on display. That was fun. From the magician to the balloon artist, which I had kind of made, you want to be humbled, go to the Breakfast with Santa and then look at the line for the balloon artist, because I'm telling you, down the hill right after that,
It's really good.
Well, take me through that event. How was the turnout? Was it pretty successful that way?
It was. There were 193 people that were served, and of that number, 56 were children less than 5 years old. So that's really what it's all about.
That's cool.
Is for the children. And I thought we had a great event, and thanks to you for what you did in terms of
fun.
We had an on-live broadcast. CJ was the moderator in that regard. And how did you feel in terms of the responses that you were getting from?
Oh, we did great. It was really cool because what we did, Don, is we did the live show, and then right afterwards we replayed it on Friday for people that might have missed it. And both times did really well, but then the replay did great. It got a couple of thousand of replays already. And
wow.
It was cool because we got to see Santa Claus, and we had the camera walking around to see the families having fun. And John's a great magician, so that was,
sure is.
We featured his performance on the broadcast too. You can see that at home at RiverBender.com /daily show. This is your 21st event.
21st.
And now 22nd is going to be happening too, right?
Right.
Well, and it ties in too, Zeke, with the council overall. And Don, I know you can speak with this too, is just the involvement and the different camaraderie that this council and maybe chamber just type of organization has compared to others, because it really is about just, whether it's volunteerism or just coming together, that community involvement. Is that something, Zeke, that you guys have just strived for over the years, or is that something?
It, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this year, when new businesses are starting, what is your kind of advice to them? If whenever they're opening their doors, there are a couple already starting to pop up and getting their Facebooks ready that are in the area. What's your advice to them? Maybe about joining the business council or just, being just a part of the community.
Well, we like for them to come to a meeting to get an idea of who they're going to relate to in terms of like other businesses. And that's really where they get their information, and talking to other people, to socialize, to talk business, to talk what's going on in the community and in the area. We feel that this will give them a perspective of whether it's something that they might or might not like. We think dollar-wise that we are the best value in town, and we hope to keep it that way, although unknown costs come up periodically that might change that notion. So anyway, business is not easy, and we try to help in any way that we can in that regard. So.
And you guys can be a part of the next one, which is, I didn't miss it. The next breakfast meeting's Tuesday.
Is a week from today.
And where is that one going to be at?
It will be at NGREC, which is the National Great Rivers Research Center, down on the River Road at Lock and Dam exit.
Mm-hmm.
And will feature the Director of Operations, as well as the President and CEO or Executive Director of Alton Main Street. And she's going to talk about what's happened in terms of their market, their artisan and farmers market, and the economic impact back to the community, which I think our members will find of interest, as well as the community finding of interest.
And it's that's a great location too. The last time we were there, the river was frozen over. It looked great. And Don, take me through just your experience. And that's what I wanted to kind of tie this back into, is just being a member of the council, because we were talking before we came on the air and just chatting a little bit about being a sole proprietor and being an entrepreneur, and to have opportunities like this. Even for me, always feel really good just to have that community around you. What have you experienced with the council?
When I think of the council, I guess I think of two words. I think of fellowship, and you just mentioned the other word. I think of community. We all are a part of this, and no matter what type of business that you're starting or that you're running, it could be a broadcast, it could be a financial company, it could be a law office, it could be, a variety of things. We all kind of face the same struggles, with regulations, taxes, where do I fit in, how do I get clientele? And so just the networking, the fellowship, the community aspect of it. I like the group. It's not overwhelming. Most of our events, there's usually 20, 30 people there. Mm-hmm. And after you meet somebody a couple of times, you recognize a face, you understand who they are and what they do. Zeke does a great job of welcoming visitors, encourages us as members to bring visitors to the meetings, whether they're a prospective new member or not. Everyone is always welcome. And I give Zeke a lot of credit. It has to be sometimes difficult to get somebody on a monthly basis to get up there and talk for a half hour, however long it is, and be about something interesting.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I leave a meeting and go, I had no idea that this was in our community or what impact that this had. So I don't make every meeting, but I do make quite a few of them, and I'm usually glad that I went.
Exactly. And, I still go back to the one, Mary Lamy was still one of the best speakers. When I don't know if you were there, Don, but she talked about the freightway, and the byway development plan and how many millions of dollars that brings in. And it blows your mind, because you go, wow, I used to drive by that all the time and have a different thought about looking at it. And now you go, oh my God, this is cool. And it's all because of just some of the insights you gain. Plus, like Don was just saying, the networking opportunities and the sense of fellowship and community. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the guys in the studio. But before we do that, take a look right here, because we're going to come back and talk all about this Riverbend Investment Management. Don, this is your website, and I'm going to ask you about all the secrets to the world here, because I'm sure you don't get that enough.
Will do.
We'll be back with more Daily Show next.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ehrman, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at reverendcom/energyfuture.
Welcome back, Daily Show. Spotlight on the North Alton and Godfrey Business Council continues with Zeke and Don. And, you know, Don, getting back into Riverbend Investment Management, I'm sure you get asked all the time for not the numbers to Powerball, but pretty darn close. And, you know, how important is it, you know, before we talk about this, to realize that it really is tailored to just the individual and really focusing on that aspect too?
Everybody's different. Everybody's personal circumstances are different. So the process that we go through is just trying to get to know people, and just as important, what's important to them. Because what's important to Zeke might differ from what's important to you and what's important to me. So you always try to get a feel for what the person ultimately wants to do. My practice, not surprisingly, I mean, we help solve a lot of different problems, but I would say the biggest problem we help people solve is that R word, retirement.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we all have different life circumstances, but I've never met too many people in 35 years of doing this who haven't said, yeah, at some point I'd like to retire. And retirement means different things and looks differently to every person. But here, at the end of it, here's what retirement is. I voluntarily elect to not work anymore. So if you're going to do that, you've obviously got to have made some plans along the way to have some vehicles to generate some income for you when you choose or elect not to work. So that's what we try to solve.
Well, and I know that, you know, it's still a generic. How is it never too early to start planning retirement, or is it, you know, okay to, you know, wait till I'm in my mid-30s to start looking at that?
Well, it's never too early and it's never too late.
Ah, there you go.
Either one. But yes, the earlier you start, the better, because time is on your side.
Yeah.
The earlier that you start. So the earlier that you start, the less that you'll have to put towards that specific goal. In this case, we're talking about retirement. So yes, starting early is good, and the earlier you can start, the less that you'll have to contribute.
Well, and Zeke, I don't know if you've had this happen lately, but I've been on YouTube and had every bit of an online financial advisor's advice giving me the new secrets on how to be wealthy, Don. And it's amazing though, because the online influencers tell me like there's some secret and I got to just subscribe to learn more. But every local financial advisor I talk to say, these things have never changed. There's certain components that have never changed. And Don, what are your thoughts on that? Just because I know we talked about this a time or two before.
No, you're absolutely right. There's no secret sauce here. There's not. So start early, spend less, contribute more, be diversified in your approach. Be wary of the latest hot trend. If 1,000 people are talking about it, you're probably a little late to the party. So yeah, start early, spend less, contribute more, be as diversified as you can in your approach, and let time in the markets do all the legwork for you.
You said something so fascinating earlier and really important, and it was off the air, but you can get started really as little as $50 a month if you wanted to. Can you fill me in on that for maybe the younger people out there that thought, man, I needed to have at least $10,000 to jump on in?
Nope, $50 a month is a good place to start. Also for younger people, most employers now, no matter if they're a small employer, medium size, large, huge Fortune 500 company, they're going to have some sort of retirement plan available to you. Mm-hmm. Participate. People change jobs a little bit more frequently these days than maybe they used to, in the past. Doesn't matter. Most plans are portable now. You can take it to your next plan, put it in your own IRA. So yes, start early and do as much as your budget will allow.
Well, and one thing I am fascinated about, and that's when it comes to new things, and I guess the C word would be crypto right now, because I see that and I have no idea what it is. And I remember when Bitcoin was talked about in 2013 and had no idea what it was then. What is your advice to people, and not really when it comes to you should do crypto or not, but is there a specific research tool, or is there a certain opportunity that you recommend for folks to take a look at when it comes to newer forms of investing?
I don't know if there's a specific tool, but always be leery. Ask lots of questions. The crypto space, it's exploded. There's so many different areas of it, but here's one thing that most of that space has in common that makes me a little hesitant, and is a lot of it is unregulated.
Yeah.
So it's still so new. The regulators still haven't quite figured out how we can make this an even playing field for everyone, and not to where it's just benefiting a small segment of participation. So tread lightly, tread carefully, do your homework, and if something is unregulated, you really, really have to double up the amount of homework that you do.
Absolutely. And Zeke, this is why I like the council as well so much, is because you can go in there and it's not because I'm just doing an interview. I mean, you can help. There's been so many times that I've asked questions just for myself personally to folks in the room, and it's getting answers from, like Don's, is an expert in this, field that's done it for, a long time and really has seen this. And it's not just with financial advice, it's with a gauntlet of different things and different services that the members provide.
Right. Exactly.
Well, and Zeke, too, even though it says North Alton and Godfrey, I think the big thing is that it really expands quite beyond that, because there are members that are, quite frankly, out of North Alton and Godfrey and from out of the area, and it really creates a larger community. So it really isn't just for the two towns, correct?
Correct. We consider ourselves to be regionally focused in terms of we're willing to accept members from anywhere. As long as they feel that it's going to benefit them and that they're going to get something out of it. And the only thing that we ask is that they come with regularity, or as often as they can, that they participate whenever they can, knowing that there are many other things that are more important than the business council. But that's what makes a great organization, is participation. Mm-hmm. And ideas are the secondary contributor to an organization and its growth. And I think we've benefited from those ideas that have been created from within the organization to try to address changing times, to try to more focus upon the needs of our members in terms of their businesses. So whether we're doing that or not, I'm not sure, but I hope that we are.
You are. And I wanted to add one more thing to that. What I appreciate a lot of things about the council, but the exchange of ideas, it's done mostly in person, face to face, in in an era, in a world, in a society where we get on our devices and, yell at each other, shout at each other, say things that no sane person would ever say to someone if they were sitting across the desk from them. The council, the exchange of ideas, it's done in a courteous, professional manner. I don't ever remember there being an argument. I don't ever remember somebody leaving a meeting, mad. It's just, again, it's community, it's fellowship, and Zeke hit on it, an exchange of ideas, but I like it that it's done in a courteous and professional manner.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Guys, it's been great having you both in the studio. Zeke, is there anything else to promote right now when it comes to the council? Anything else besides this meeting and the next meeting in February and every monthly meeting that's coming up?
The February meeting will feature Don as one of our guest speakers, along with one other member. And this we started doing about 4 years ago, where we're featuring the members in terms of letting others know exactly what they're doing. And that allows people to understand the community better, understand the people better. So we're looking forward to having Don as one of our guest speakers, and the other guest speaker is an unknown as yet, but will be great, just like Don. So.
This is cool. Well, and so like we're talking about next Tuesday, the 13th at 7:30, this is going to be at the National Great Rivers Research and Education Center on February 10th. That's a Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. The Godfrey Meat Market, by the way, one of my favorite stops along the North Alton Godfrey. Venue locations and the venue tour, and then in March, it'll be March the 10th at Johnson's Corner at 11:30, and that one's always a packed house too. Don, before I let you go, what's the best way to get in touch and just schedule some time to maybe talk with you?
You can get to me through my website, RiverBend.com, RiverBender.com. I'm kind of old-fashioned. I always like phone calls. 618-468-1106 is my office number, and we're always happy to speak to folks with whatever concern that they have.
Absolutely. Don, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me. Zeke, thanks for the invitation.
Thank you very much, Don.
Zeke, thank you. And you can learn more about how to be a part of the council at NAGBC.com. That's NAGBC.com. And we'll see you at the next meeting on the 13th. That's next Tuesday. Quick break, more show next.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American, state, and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ehrman, we've been been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Welcome back. Daily Show. Just a couple of things to fill you in on before we head into the 10 o'clock hour. 9:42 is your time on the 6th day of January. Man, it's nice outside. 53 degrees, and can't ask for much more in January. I mean, listen to this. 56 today, 60 tomorrow, 60 Thursday. Yeah, that's going to rain, but who cares at that point? And then, back to reality somewhat after that, but enjoy it while you can. Dalton Brown's been doing a great job filling everybody in on city governments and what they're looking to do, and he has the latest out of Woods River. Woods River seeks another grant fund for Phase 3 of their water main improvement. This is the latest phase of the water main replacement project. It's set to extend from Whitelaw Avenue to 3rd Street, pending the Madison County grant funds. Dalton Brown reporting on this yesterday night. Wood River City Council members passed multiple items Monday's meeting to fund the latest phase of the Edwardsville Road Waterline Improvement Project. Public Services Director Michael Veloff said the scope of the project's third phase includes improving the water main from Whitelaw Avenue to 3rd Street. The current 4-inch cast iron water main will be replaced by a 12-inch PVC water main, with Veloff estimating a completion date around June the 30th. The city of Wood River is applying for a community development block grant from Madison County to partially fund the project. The city has agreed to fund the rest of the project's completion from another source. Veloff estimated the city would be responsible for covering about $100,000 worth of the project costs, but said over $386,000 in grant funding has already been secured. Councilman Bill Detmars asked for an estimate on when these improvements would reach 5th Street. Veloff said this marks Phase 3 of the waterline improvements, with Phase 4, including 5th Street, set to begin next year in 2027. The city was required to pass 2 resolutions to apply for the county's funding. This includes a fair housing resolution, which makes participating in quote, discriminatory and unlawful housing practices, end quote, as defined by the Department of Housing and Urban Development in violation of city policy. The use of government funds for housing projects inconsistent with HUD regulations is now a violation of city policy. Steve Palin said the second resolution simply requires the city to certify that it has an ADA transition plan in place, which Palin confirmed. Each item related to funding the Edwardsville Road Waterline Improvement Project was passed unanimously by council members, and a full recording of the January the 5th Wood River City Council meeting is available at the top of the RiverBender.com news story that Dalton wrote, or you can see it at RiverBender.com/video underneath the government section. Also, wanted to fill you in out of Godfrey. Godfrey's going to temporarily suspend its yard waste drop-off site on Stamper Lane for winter after January the 10th, village officials have announced. The site is scheduled to reopen in mid-March. That's weather permitting as always. Residents with full bags of yard waste during the closure can arrange limited drop-offs by calling 618-466-1483. That's 618-466-1483. That's for scheduling purposes. And existing yard waste bag stickers will remain valid throughout the suspension period. Now, in addition, Christmas trees will be accepted for recycling through January the 16th at the Public Works facility that's located at 6212 Godfrey Road. No appointment is needed for a tree drop-off, and that's your news brief at 9:46. We'll come back, chat it up. I have a few fun ones from you from the AP and UPI. You stay there, and I'll be here, RiverBender.com. It's our daily show on a Tuesday.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ehrman, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ehrman.com/energyfuture.
Welcome back, 9:50. Coming back to wrap up the 9 o'clock hour, Sydney Sinks is going to join us in the 10 Blog Talk. She's talking about New Year's resolutions, and it's going to be interesting if you guys stuck around and heard my whole little spiel on my thought on New Year's resolutions yesterday about just doing it. You know, whatever it is, just go ahead and do it, but, you know, we'll talk about that later. It's going to be fun, and really looking forward to what the 10 o'clock brings. You guys can stay tuned throughout the week. Even if you miss part of the show by going to RiverBender.com/daily show, that's where the show's hosted. But also, if you're in the car, Apple Podcast, you can listen to all the interviews now and the full show, too, if you're in for a longer drive or if you just want to hear who's been on the show and just that interview. That's ready for you, too. We're starting to do that, and I'm excited to start that process and see where it goes. So I got to fill you in on this. I don't want to say we all, because now I'm starting to realize that AI is becoming controversial in like a whole different sense. But I feel like a lot of us utilize AI in some way or shape or form. Now, I don't use it for my Facebook posts or anything like that. Some of us do. I don't use it for graphic arts or anything because we have a great graphics team and all that fun stuff. But, you know, if I need to organize my life a little bit or if I need to schedule, you know, I go ahead and ask it to, you know, here's what I need. it normally does an okay job. Now, there's certain things AI can do, and there's certain things it can't. It's evolving every day, and a Utah Police Department is figuring that out after their use of AI led to a police report stating falsely, I want to make sure we clarify on that an officer had been transformed into a frog. The Heber City Police Department started using a pair of AI programs, Draft 1 and Code 4, to automatically generate police reports from body camera footage in December. So, a report generated by the Draft 1 program mistakenly reported that an officer had been turned into a frog. Here's the quote from Sergeant Rick Keel. He said the body cam software and AI report writing software picked up on the movie that was playing in the background, which happened to be Princess and the Frog. That's when we learned the importance of correcting these AI-generated reports. Now, Keel said the department will continue using the programs, but with more oversight. I'm saving myself about 6 to 8 hours weekly, Keel said. I'm not the most tech-savvy person, so it's very user-friendly. Draft 1 was released in 2024 by Axon, the same company that produces the Taser stun gun. The program uses OpenAI's ChatGPT-4 to transcribe body camera footage. So there's a fun one for you. Pretty nonchalant answer. At least it's saving them 6 to 8 hours a week. At least, hopefully it wasn't a serious police report. You know, that's the only thing you can hope. You know, something fun, though, because I always talk about these kind of funny and kind of insane news stories whenever we talk about these things. But look at this. An Ontario wildlife refuge held a Sweet 16 birthday party for one of its polar bears, and they even completed it with an oversized driver's license. They're a polar bear habitat, and they said Ganuk's 16th birthday party held this month featured a large toy car that was stuffed with tropical fruit, a pumpkin-based birthday cake, and wrapped gift boxes that were loaded with snacks. This is kind of cool. So the Sweet 16 just worked. Manager Amy Young told Timmons today. The car was actually something I picked up at a thrift store quite a while ago with this birthday in mind, and because when you turn 16, you get a car. And at least if you do when you're wealthy, we decided to spoil them. Refuge staff created an oversized Ontario driver's license for him, which he promptly shredded and turned into a comfy sleeping spot. And the manager said 16's a big birthday for a polar bear. In the wild, especially for males, that would be getting toward the end of life. But in human care with consistent food and veterinary support, it's common for them to live into their early to mid-20s. He's fully grown, a mature male, and we expect him to celebrate many more birthdays. That's a pretty cool story. Now, here's a fun one for you. So, Illinois officials, you probably saw some of this. I don't know if you've read it yet or not, but I saw this and had to share it with you. They revealed some of the personalized license plate applications that were rejected in 2025. I do this story every year, but they just keep getting better and better. I need a Claritin. Now, 2025 had some good ones. But kind of like the standard ones like Vegas had, that included IB Poopin and ICUP. Secretary of State Alexei Giannoulias appeared in video posted to his office's YouTube channel to share some of this year's rejected plates. He said the state fielded nearly 56,000 applications for vanity plates during the year, and more than 550 were rejected for being, quote, inflammatory, profane, offensive, or, quote, too difficult to read. Some of the rejected plates included BBL, which apparently stands for Brazilian butt lift, which had to be explained to me. That's what the Secretary of State said on video. The other rejected plates included bricked, and I can't even say half of these. Another rejected plate, though, was Prius with another S and a Y at the end of it, and the Secretary of State said if this is how to you refer to your Prius, there's a show for you on TLC. Now, the Secretary of State did advise at the end of the video for anyone seeking a personalized plate. He said, go ahead and get creative, but you do have to keep it clean and avoid getting on the naughty list, and that's what his office released. But you got to see some of these because, I mean, I'll spell some of them. BLUBALN, that's interesting. SNDNUSZ, and there's some more. But, I mean, some of these are just pretty grotesque. If they would have gotten away with it, could you imagine just driving on the road? That's entertainment for me. I don't know why they're getting rid of these. I think they should be allowed to have them all. You know, remember that story I told you about in Harvard, about the Harvard morgue manager that got arrested for selling those body parts? Well, listen to this. We have a final conclusion to this story. So that former manager of the Harvard Medical School morgue in Boston, sentenced to 8 years in prison for stealing and selling body parts as if they were baubles. That's what the quote was. Now, authorities said Cedric Lodge was at the center of this scheme in which he shipped body parts to buyers in Pennsylvania and elsewhere after cadavers donated to Harvard were no longer needed for research. Now, his wife was sentenced to just over a year in prison for assisting him. And, I mean, the story was just absolutely ridiculous. So he was the manager for 28 years, and he did express regret in court. Defense attorney Patrick Casey said his acts were egregious. Here's what he had to say. Mr. Lodge acknowledges the seriousness of his misconduct. I'd hope so. And the harm his actions have inflicted. I'd hope so. So Harvard suspended the donation of bodies for 5 months in 2023 when charges were filed. And prosecutors said at least 6 other people, including an employee at an Arkansas crematorium, have pled guilty so far in this investigation. And just absolutely an insane story. One of the craziest ones that we've done so far in the show, but there's your conclusion to it. 8 years in prison after getting caught as the manager of the morgue at Harvard for selling body parts. It's 9:57. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the show. Top of the hour news. Sydney Sinks joins us in the 10 o'clock too. I hope you stay there with me on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ehrman, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ehrman.com/energyfuture.
10:01. We aren't going to do top. It was, we got the point across in the 9. That's what the good part is when you run a show.
Yeah, you can decide.
I don't have to worry about some producer saying, I got to do this.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, well, I'm more interested in the news. I'm just kidding.
You are. You should be. We all should be. But, the way that we looked at our news stories last year, I'm still kind of not forgiving the public yet.
Yeah, people loved the, really dark ones. I don't know what
there was a lot of good ones.
But...
We did a lot of positive stories in our top of the hour news.
Yeah.
That's good. But Blog Talk, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, likewise.
First one of the year.
Welcome back, everybody. This is me. Welcome back.
Can I just say something?
What?
You had to make me look terrible.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, man, showing up to work every day during the
Well, I know if I was here every day. I was here some of the days.
Every time I pop my head in there, you were, and I'm like, oh.
I was here some of the days. I did take a couple days off for Christmas and stuff, which was nice.
I showed up on Monday, and everyone thought they saw a ghost. Like,
what are you doing? No, happy to have you back. We missed you. But good for you. Deserved a break.
I don't feel like I was missed. I feel like it was kind of like a smile and then like, okay, buckle down.
No, we missed you.
But I'm bringing positive energy.
That's the exact vibe. We're bringing positive energy
I have
to 2026.
and it's been noticed.
Yeah, you are.
Nancy and Mike have noticed, and I'm really rubbing off on them, and I feel like I'm rubbing off on everybody.
You're contributing to the vibes of the office, and we appreciate that. Yeah, you're helping us all out.
We're going to sell and make some good sponsors on the show this year. That's what we were talking about earlier on the show. It's just this is year 4 almost for the show.
That's wild.
And I feel like it's time to really hunker down and get some good corporate partners that really want to help the community out and just bring more of it.
Yeah, no, people who want to engage. No, I love that. That's exciting times.
We're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. That's the goal for sure.
So diving into Blog Talk.
Blog Talk. Let's hear it.
Your New Year's resolution.
So here's the thing. So I decided.
Wanted to say. I yesterday went on a just absolute aggressive rant.
Did you?
It was not passive.
I missed
it was,
It was fully aggressive.
I did at the time. I did not know that you had wrote the blog about your New Year resolution.
So I'm the target. Sort of.
Yes and no.
Let's hear it. What was your
technically
rant?
You aren't. Technically you aren't.
Well,
because I said I don't put your New Year's resolution out on Facebook. Nobody cares.
I made it worse. I put it out on RiverBender. So
and here's why. Because you put so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Once you throw that out to the world.
Well, counterpoint, maybe that's like the goal, because then it's like I had like accountability. I don't know. I just wrote it out there because I needed content, but I don't know. I know people out there, they use it for accountability. So if that works for you, then go team. But I don't know if that works for me.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying like it
sounds
was.
Like you're saying it's wrong.
In a way.
Sounds like you're kind of.
In a way, because and not for your sake, because yours. Listen. We all know we're going to have a breakout year,
Oh, that's very confident.
I'm not
I don't know that I'm going to have a breakout year.
It is. Every year changes us,
Oh, okay. Well, that's sweet. Yeah.
In a way.
That's sweet.
For worse or for better,
True.
You'll ever look at somebody and you haven't seen in a year and you're like, okay, good for them. Or you see them and you're like, wow.
Wow, it was a year for you. Yeah.
What a year, you know? And so to me, whenever I put them out there, me personally, is I think what the moral of my story was, and then we'll talk about your blog, is the fact that I was saying, every time I do it, I just 2 weeks in, gone.
Yeah.
Because I would tell people, well, I'm going to the gym. For 2 weeks, we go to the gym religiously.
You.
Guess what happens after the 3rd week?
But the fact you went to the gym at all, I'm impressed.
No.
I'm intimidated by the gym. I've actually never been to the gym. I just do exercise at home.
Right. But name any resolution. You do it for 2 weeks. That's not a resolution. That's just something. That's a good speed check you're putting in life for yourself.
But could you argue you're better off because of those 2 weeks? Like you still did something positive for those 2 weeks, so it's still worth it.
That's a glass half full approach. I appreciate that because I'm being positive.
We're being positive for 2026. That's your resolution, positivity. Yeah,
I don't know because I'm like I think about the 2 weeks and I'm like I'm glad I did them. I'm not saying that. It's great that I did them, but then I get mad at myself because I'm like like when I quit vaping.
Yeah, that was great.
was I didn't even need the darn thing.
Yeah.
I
you
just
were thriving.
decided one day I was going to vape again.
Yeah. I get that.
Out of choice.
I get that.
That addiction started again because of me. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, now's your year. Start now.
Well,
you know.
Lent's coming up quick.
There you go.
know?
There's a moment for you. Yeah, that'll be good.
But no, in all seriousness, that's what I meant. Because, like, I see the same people every year. And it's like, it's not you I was talking about. Just so you know.
It sounds like it was me.
But, you know, because you do so much. Like, you know,
That's
like,
nice
you
of you
do
to
a
say,
lot
yeah.
of work. But, like, it's not like, I'm not saying these people are bums or anything, but it's like, you know, New Year, and I'm like, okay, yeah, see you next year at the same time, same bat channel.
Damn, you're
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
My argument wasn't that someone needed to be better.
Fair.
Just do it. And whatever
Just
you wanted to,
commit.
whatever you thought about doing and posting on your Facebook page, go ahead and do it.
Commit, damn it. Yeah, no, I get that.
Well, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's truly one of those where you could be, if you wanted to be, so even anything that's bad in life, if that's truly what your goal was, then be the best at it. That's
Be
my
the best at
philosophy
it. Yeah,
anymore.
fair enough. Hey, that's
you know?
actually a pretty good philosophy. Like, I'm going to be
I
the
tied
best
it
at
all
being
in.
bad.
It was
Yeah, there we go.
And during my rant, it sounded awful too, and I tried to save it today
Yeah,
again
I
for a
get
second
that.
time, and I feel like it got
No,
worse.
you did. No. No, we're positive in 2026.
That's right.
I think you did a great job bringing it full circle. No, I get it. Resolutions, I don't know. Is there anything that you stick around with for that long? I don't know.
So-
a full year?
You know what? Yes. Well, not a full year. Remember with that 2 years ago, I did the birthday thing. I did
You
have
were really good at
for
that.
4 months.
You were really
For
good
4
at that
months.
for
and then
4
I missed
months.
one day, and I was like,
it's just
and
like,
you know what
screw it.
that they say about training your brain is just absolute BS. 4 months, every day.
That's pretty good.
Everybody's birthday was being acknowledged because I
That's
even told
pretty
you how
impressive.
awful I felt. I was like, man, I'm missing everybody's birthdays.
Yeah.
Like, everyone
No, you
means
were
something.
really on it.
And I did a whole thing with you on the show. Well, guess what? Month hit, 4 hit. I forget one day. Never did it again.
I get that though, because like once you like fail, quote unquote, fail once, it's kind of like.
But shouldn't that be a habit at that point?
Yeah, you would think so.
Like,
I don't know.
I just
don't
think
know.
that
We
these
need like
articles
a,
about 2 weeks is habit for me.
Yeah.
Where? You show me. I did it
need
for
a
4 months.
psychologist on this show right now to tell me what I actually
I
need
have
to
them
do.
on the show, and it gets scary when I have the psychologist on because
They
I
know too much.
No, it's you know, like I just know they're like this kid's got problems.
Yeah, right. They're judging. No, just kidding, just kidding. But no, we need somebody who actually studies this stuff to tell us the real method because I haven't cracked the code yet either. I have these resolutions. I'm hopeful that I'll follow them through, but I haven't cracked the code. I haven't done them yet, so we'll see. It's day 6.
I just gave
we'll
up
see.
on it, you know. So
Yeah,
what is
fair.
your resolution? I didn't even look at your blog. I just read the headline.
Wow. Well, no. My resolutions this year, first and foremost, more activity. So I don't know if you remember last year, I gave myself a SMART goal, like one of those.
Weren't you running?
SMART goals. Yeah, like I was running. I was going to run a 5K. That was like a very specific
You
goal.
did it.
Well, I walked it, but I completed a 5K, which still counts for something. So this year I decided, you know what? We're going to do something more vague. We're going to do something more generalized. So I just say more movement. And here's the thing too, more movement, less pressure is my thinking on this. So more movement, I'm talking yoga, I'm talking walks after work, but like less like you must and more like, no, this will feel good. This will be a good thing. You know what I mean? You feel me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I get what you're saying. So not going to the gym to like break your body in half.
No, we're just
workout.
like trying to get
But
a
be
little bit more
active.
activity
Okay,
in. Like
that's
those
more-
10,000 steps a day, that would be great. That seems like that's so good for you.
You want to switch studio or switch offices? You can have the studio.
Yeah,
and
I'll
I'll
go up and down the steps every day. There we go.
dang.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, that's good. I think that's a great goal.
Thank you. I actually made a tangible step. So I ordered a stationary bike, and so I put it together at like 9 p.m.
Don't you have
and-
a real bike?
Yes, but it's cold outside.
That's
so
fair. I'll give you that.
I do
That's
like
fair.
that's my thinking. I enjoy biking,
Yeah.
but then it was too cold to bike outside. So now it's like, all right, we have a couple of months here where it's gonna be cold. So let's commit to the stationary bike. So I
like
put it together, dragged it into the spare room. I set it up next to the window so it kind of looks like you're biking outside. If you open the window, you can simulate it. But anyway, I was like, yeah, this is who I am now.
Get
I'm
one of
gonna
those
bike.
projector screens from Hayner.
Exactly.
And then you can project
That's a
it
good
whatever.
idea.
Just saying.
That's a good idea.
I like what you're doing there.
I'm trying my best.
So I think what else you should get is, remember I don't know if you remember because I don't, but I saw this thing in the 80s where they had these things where you
I don't remember the 80s, but
well,
yeah.
Like, have you seen these though? Like these retro commercials where like they have the 80s products and it's like a stationary bike but for your desk. So you like
That's a great idea.
Pedals, so you can sit there and pedal.
I really want a walking pad, like for like a standing desk walking pad situation.
I've seen those. Those
it's
are
like
wild.
I think it's almost worth buying it. It's expensive, but I'm almost like really close to buying like a walking pad and like a standing desk so I can just like stand all day.
You know, fair. But, you know, here's where I go back to desks.
Yeah.
Because I was a big opponent, and I still am, of a standing desk.
Yeah.
Okay? Here's why. Okay, the forefathers didn't sign the Declaration of Independence standing up. Okay, maybe some did. They were sitting down. Okay? We all
You
sat
got me
down
there,
and talked.
I guess,
You know,
but-
you know, when Jesus was at the Last Supper, they were all sitting down.
You got me there. Historically, sitting is a good
I don't
thing,
need
but
to stand for 8 hours. I don't.
That's such an interesting argument. I don't know.
I don't need to stand for 8 hours.
What about like, you know, every 30 minutes just standing for like 5 minutes? Doesn't that sound kind of nice? Like I would like to get a little bit more
I have a
activity.
1-year-old at home.
You chase her, yeah. That's
you know,
fair.
you saw. I mean, that day you babysat. We haven't even gotten to that point.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
But, you know, I mean, it's a lot. So that's what I just had an argument about the standing desks the other day, and I said
fair.
absolutely not. And I used that same argument, and it's not a good argument, but it's a hard one to argue.
That's true. Like you're doing more than me. That's fair.
I'm arguing with illogical thoughts.
That's fair. No, I do not have a 1-year-old to chase at home.
Not
so no.
with the 1-year-old. I meant about the sitting and who
The
sat,
sitting,
like the
well,
forefathers
you got
and
me
Jesus.
there.
I just
Yeah,
felt like
you
that
got
was
me
a
there.
good
Jesus
thing.
is someone
And
to
the
aspire
forefathers
to, I
and
suppose,
and
but
the
yeah.
forefathers sitting down. They didn't stand.
As far as we know, they were sitting. I know I've seen some paintings where someone's like standing and pointing. You know.
But John Adams said that never happened.
Really?
If it's the same painting, they had a whole episode on this on John. I see. You gotta watch the show.
Gotta watch the show.
It goes back
I'm
to the
sorry,
first
I
or
haven't
second
seen all
blog
of the
talk.
show,
Yeah, it's okay.
That's on me.
But yeah, no, I like the walking.
The more
aspect.
activity, the
Yeah, I
stationary
think it's
bike.
good.
We're gonna go. It's gonna be good. So,
Yeah, but
we'll
I don't
see.
feel like standing's walking. Just one more final argument, or standing's activity. you
No,
know?
I would argue walking is more activity.
Thank you. Oh, 10
I would
times.
like
but
to
I just
get
don't
my
feel like
steps in.
standing does anything for the human. They go, well, look at these studies. No,
It's
okay, they
safe,
said the
better
same
for,
thing.
like the circulation.
Yeah, but they
though.
said the same thing about cigarettes in the 20s.
Well, you got me there.
See, another one,
I guess,
you know?
I guess you got me
You know,
there.
I don't know.
Cigarettes were healthy
I'm making some
ones,
good
but
points
yeah. It's too bad they changed cigarettes to be unhealthy. But yeah, what are you gonna do?
So you want to do more adventures? I thought you did quite a few last year.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So I traveled a bit last year,
You
which
did
was
a
really
lot.
cool. Yeah, it was great. I did a couple of bucket list items. I hit New York City for 8 hours. I hit California for 5 days. It was awesome. So anyway, but I also
You
did
were
a
in
bunch
Los
of, like-
Angeles.
I was in LA. It was really cool.
I did. You know, I ruined that segment too. Just now that I'm thinking about it, because I never asked. Did you say you love LA?
I did not have that moment.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I let it down.
But yeah, I mean, you
no.
went to California for a week, and
Yeah.
then you jumped off a cliff, right? And jumped
Yeah,
some
and
shut-ins.
that's the thing. I had little mini day adventures too. I went to
Yeah.
Dungeons Shut-ins for the first time. I don't know. I don't have another example. I did blacksmithing class. That was cool.
You talked about that.
Yeah, I don't have another example, but no, I did a couple
I
of little
remember
mini
that now,
adventures, which were really fun and really exciting and not like expensive and very doable. And so I just I want to do more of those mini adventures where it
Same,
doesn't have
yeah.
to be like a big trip or anything, but just like an adventure where you get out and you do something new for a day. So that's my goal this year, is to say it's the year of yes again. For
Back
the
at
third year
it.
in a row.
Oh, back at it. Okay.
We're doing it more, but we're saying yes to things. We're going on adventures is my thinking. We'll see.
So yeah, so here's my thought on this. I
Yes.
love the adventures, but here have you noticed like Airbnbs?
Yes.
Oh man.
What about them?
Like
But yes.
some of them get pretty damn expensive.
They're so expensive.
Like I see the coolest things on
Mhm.
Facebook, like on the short reels and all that, where it's like the coolest Airbnb.
Yes.
But it's like the price of a vacation. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go to the woods when I can go to Gulf Shores at the same price.
I went glamping last year too, which was also a little adventure I did, which was fun, and that was expensive. It was an expensive little trip in the woods, but it was fun. I'll say that. So I don't know, I get it, but like definitely there's the woods, the forest. You can't say anything against the forest. Half and half. You're not wrong about the beach. The beach is cooler, but
But that's just my personal opinion. It's just some
That's
of these
fair.
Airbnbs. Like I wanted to do like there was one where you're out in like the desert and stuff.
That
Like,
would be
that would be cool. Like
awesome.
Red Rock. I was
Yeah.
like, awesome.
Would you rather
Fantastic.
stay in an Airbnb or a hotel, like at this stage?
Depends on where it's at. Like
Interesting. Interesting
I
answer.
feel like I don't know. There's a lot of Like a beach house, I would stay at.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, sign me up for a beach
over
house.
a hotel,
Yeah.
or like condo or whatever. Airbnb, yes and no. It'd have to be a really good Airbnb.
That's fair. Some of them are really cute.
But there's some that like have made some pretty awful like
That's
YouTube
true.
videos like with hidden cameras and things and like
I
being
do.
inside.
I do fear that. Yeah.
So I don't know. And so like if it's a camping, like if I wanted to be out in nature, obviously I wouldn't go sit at a Motel 6.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
But-
It all depends. Yeah.
But if I'm in Wyoming, I wouldn't do an Airbnb. I would do a cabin that they have in
a
Yellowstone.
cabin. Well,
there's
true.
there's
Okay.
certain things Airbnb like extended stays. Yes,
Yes.
that's what I'll go with actually more than anything.
That is an interesting argument. No, I feel you. I feel like it just depends. Last hotel
Unless
I
I'm
stayed in,
doing
the
a
air was
weekend
out.
stay in like camping,
Yeah, that'd be fun too.
glamping, not being
Glamping.
outdoors, being
Yeah.
in a house outdoor. That's
That's
situated
exactly
in
a
nature.
glamping moment. No, I love that for you. No, I think I just want to go on a trip. Like I'll stay anywhere. I just want to go on a trip. So,
Mike was telling me about the software he showed you.
oh yeah.
Did you optimize your vacation schedule for 2026?
I have not yet optimized my vacation schedule for 2026.
So I was the
do
last
need
one to do two-factor, by the way.
Oh, were you really the last one?
Mike did not let anyone know that, but I did.
Oh, wow.
I waited till January the 5th to.
That's rough. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
You got in though.
I did.
That's good.
I
That's
did.
good.
So you want to do more hobbies as well.
Yes,
You know,
so-
and what does that mean? Because blacksmithing class to me is a hobby.
Well, that was one day, so it wasn't.
But
it
you
didn't
weren't doing
quite
that
count.
again.
No, but it was fun. But
was
I'd go
fun.
back. But no, I wrote recently about rediscovering my creative side. So junk journaling, scrapbooking, sign me up. But I want to get more into like more hobbies. Like instead of just staring at the TV or scrolling on my phone, I want to be doing something with my hands. So I'm thinking reading. For example, getting back into reading, I've been lacking on that.
Is that with your hands?
Well, okay, that's with your, I don't know, it's with your brain.
Okay.
So that's good
Yeah.
for you. I heard from your doctor that that reading and stuff is better on the brain than watching TV. So
Oh, for sure.
yeah, so yeah.
Dr.
that's-
Green.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we circled back around. So yeah, so that's good. So that's things like that. I want to do that more. I want to, maybe I'll get back into piano. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I want a hobby. What's your hobbies? Chasing a 1-year-old. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this is terrible. I just like playing some Xbox, man. Like
That's
that's about it. We're pretty active. I
Yeah.
feel like, and with the dog and with the baby and
You got a lot
you know,
going on.
and we do a lot too, and not because like it's a chore or anything,
Yeah.
but because we love going and spending time with our family. So like
sure.
going on camping trips. So like you saw last year, I was doing a lot more of that. And
That's
now
fun.
this year is gonna be kind of interesting in a good way because we're gonna know when they're coming. So like I can plan different days and all that fun stuff. So it'll be a good time. So that's kind of my hobby, I guess,
Yeah.
in a way, which is not a hobby. It's my life.
No, but that's
But
a
it's
good
kind of
thing.
it's what I
like-
enjoy the most. So I
Yeah.
don't really need anything other than playing Xbox and sitting there and hanging out and. you know.
That's a nice way to view it. Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, I
to
still
do
go to
something
Max.
chill.
I still go to Max once.
Sure, we love a moment, but
Oh,
yeah, no,
yeah.
it sounds like a good way to just chill a little bit. There's something to
the
be
way-
said for hobbies where you just chill.
Before we take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk about Sydney's time as a babysitter.
I was great.
You were.
Thank you.
I want to fill you in because Max is a new sponsor.
Yes.
And we're welcoming them back. And they have the original Olga Snackers.
I'm excited.
I'm
for
excited about that too. There's going to be a really cool promotion going on, and it starts soon. We're going to have an article on that today or tomorrow. We'll fill you in on all the details. But I think it's cool to have Olga's right next door now. I mean, think about this. There's nothing better than the original Olga Snacker.
that. Yeah, sounds really good right now, actually.
And you can have all of that and more of the Olga's menu. You can see that menu over there at Max's website, maxdowntown.com, and you can go to their Facebook page. You can also stop in, see their great menu. We were just having lunch there the other day. I got a secret for you. You just go ahead and get regular chicken tenders and have them dipped in garlic butter.
Ooh,
Just do it, and then you get your whatever sauce you want.
that sounds kind of amazing.
Life's easy, and then you can also have Tuesday because it's T-Bone Tuesday. So there you go too. That's another great option and all these great deals too. You can see all that and more. You can see the great TVs and the sports, the horse races that are on. Go ahead and bet. Oh, and go ahead and play the slot machines because I'm telling you, those things are hitting like it's the 4th of July. They're just ringing and ringing. Stop by and see them, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ehrman, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ehrman.com/energyfuture.
Welcome back.
That's rough. Sorry.
So, you know what I like? Thank you. So, you know what,
Yes.
this thing's just bothering me now. All tangled up on this damn thing. What I found interesting about this whole break,
Yes.
that 2 weeks can feel literally like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I wasn't off all 2 weeks, but
Yeah,
unfortunately,
easy,
no,
pal.
I'm supportive of you. I'm jealous of you. No, no, it definitely just flew by. And then yesterday, something about coming back yesterday was hard. I don't know. I think a lot of people,
everyone was just struggling.
Everyone was dragging.
Well, but I brought my positive energy.
Yeah, 2026 positivity.
All about it. I mean, listen, that was part of my rant too.
Yeah.
You can either be miserable or happy.
That's
okay?
true. You can choose.
Listen, that's it. It is what it is.
You can, for a lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the times you can choose. So yeah, you got to choose to.
You can choose to be happy.
Yeah.
And find because I'm telling you, I was just a friggin' ball of emotions the last couple months. Because I get down to the dumps, it's like it's cold out,
dark out, yeah.
God, it's like it just keeps
It's
going
rough.
by. And
It's
then
rough.
because I always use I wait for Christmas break, because that's the fun time of it,
Yeah, that's nice.
But we finally got there, and then I realized, wow, you have one option.
Yeah.
Either be miserable or be happy.
That's very true.
And
yeah.
there's nothing to be miserable about. It's just work, because you keep going and going. And
Yeah.
just like when you write in a story, it's like Groundhog Day sometimes, just
Yeah,
like
it's
how
just
anyone
busy,
works.
yeah.
And then I realized, I'm not a lineman that's working whenever it's 12 below zero.
It's
and
good to put it in perspective. Sometimes,
there's a lot tougher jobs out in the world.
It could be harder.
But going into this, you were also a part-time babysitter for
Recently,
about 45 minutes. And I really appreciate that.
It was very fun. Yeah. Recently we were hanging out and you came upstairs with a baby and you said, "Hey, I need someone to watch this baby for a minute." And I said, "Sign me up, coach. Put me in. I'm ready." So that's how that went.
She was going to host the show with me.
That would have been fun.
That was the other option. It was, and if I would have done it if it wasn't a sponsored segment.
Yeah.
Like if it was just, like blog
us,
talk,
yeah,
I'd have been
been
like,
fun,
she'll just sit in the studio.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
But no, you did a great job.
Thank you.
thought you guys lost her for a second though, because I came upstairs and went, "Where's my baby?"
Yeah, where'd she go? Yeah, we were in the back room playing with some toys that we found. So yeah, she is a cruiser. She cruised all the way around. She went and crawled all the way around the floor, and
did she
we,
have her
hung
tongue
out.
open when she crawled? Because it's kind of funny whenever she does that. I get the biggest kick out of it.
That's cute.
But
Cute.
I really appreciate it. And that's really where it was just best. It was so nice to take the couple of days off and
hang out.
just to hang out, because she had so much fun at Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's you
man.
guys' first Christmas together. You gotta celebrate.
It was good, and now it's like, how do we top this for next year?
Yeah, well, next year
we're
you
prepared.
gotta.
And
Are you?
We're prepared.
Let's
and
hear it.
we're
What's your
already
secret?
starting to put a little bit of money aside for the Christmas fund.
Nice, smart.
We're not. I don't want to be Dave Ramsey.
Yeah,
You've heard my rants about this
You
man.
have a whole thing about Dave Ramsey.
I just have a whole thing.
You're not
about
a fan.
him. I am to an extent, but
Yes.
it's just not logical thinking.
Yeah,
like,
that's
how
fair.
can you tell somebody if they're in debt, just sell your car?
I don't get that guy.
Like,
no,
that's the
I
only
don't
thing
know.
I'm saying.
I
think
don't
it's a
quite get
great
it.
logic until you
Yeah.
tell somebody, well, if you're in debt, just sell your car.
I
Walk
wish
to work.
I wish I understood Dave Ramsey's methods, like his whole.
There's
I
a
don't
will,
know.
there's a way is his thought,
Yeah.
and I appreciate his thought, but sometimes that thought is just illogical.
Yeah, it just doesn't quite work.
Now,
so.
for a lot of people that make bonehead decisions, totally logical thing.
Sell your car. Why
Yeah,
not?
please, because you bought a Bugatti when you live on, in Alton. I don't know.
Yeah,
sell
there's.
the
I
Bugatti.
mean, yeah, fair
but
enough.
like his thought is sell your car and ride the bus. Well,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
that's not.
that's a good
always
thought,
quite
but
possible.
yeah, not always not always the case.
Not always the case. It's good to, again, perspective, like individual situations are different, You can, so
Nope,
yeah,
I just
not
think
quite.
he's wrong.
But anyway, but you're preparing for Christmas, which
But
is good.
I was preparing for Christmas Dave Ramsey style with a fund.
Nice.
And we're getting that going, and we're going to be ready, I think, by October.
And that's going to be even more fun because
then you
she's
can
going to
enjoy-
be,
Right.
well, you can enjoy it, and also she's going to be
that's
old
what I'm
enough
getting
to,
at.
like,
She's going to be at the age where it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And it already was fun, but really be something to
and, like,
experience.
understand Santa's coming.
Oh,
like,
yeah. So there's that. And then our goal is to not be rushing around going,
Right.
we can't enjoy this moment because
Exactly.
we're,
Yeah. That's the problem. I always say that every year. I'm like, I'm going to prepare for the holidays. And then every year it's like December 24th. And I'm like, okay, how do I,
well, I got
what
an
do I do?
accountability buddy now. So
Yeah. You
It's
can
gonna-
make it happen.
we're going to get through it. And so, but anyway, you played role of babysitter.
Yeah,
and
we hung out.
It was impressive. She was in a good mood. She drank a lot of milk that
She
day.
did. She downed it. So, yeah, she was thirsty.
She had a great big breakfast too. Like that's
Did
what
she?
like she had eggs and everything, like
Nice.
eggs, cereal, and
Good for
had
her.
snacks before we left.
She's
And,
living my best
like,
life.
that's
like,
why she already had the crumbs on her face because I'm like I tried to and she doesn't like whenever you wipe the snot
Yeah.
from her. She don't like that too much.
Yeah, babies hate that.
But she gave rave reviews.
That's good. Yeah, no, she was a cutie. No, we hung out, we played games, we cuddled. She learned that she could throw things on the ground, and I would stretch with her. I'd say big stretch, and we'd stretch, and she
Got a
loved
game
that. So we played that game a lot and did a lot of stretching. It was
You
like a
can't-
little sit up workout for me.
You
so.
can't do that. She'll take advantage of it.
She did. She won. So it was good.
There you go. Well, I appreciated it.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
know that
fun.
she did too. But it was really, like I said, getting back to the whole thing of it. It was a much needed break, and
Yeah.
in the art and getting back into the full circle moment.
We're getting back to the swing of things.
The resolution thing. It's not really a resolution. It's just I need to. Sometimes you just need to hit pause. And,
Yeah,
and
sure.
there's a lot going on,
For
and
sure.
and you were dealing. You had a lot going on as well,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like, all right, it's.
Back at it.
We're gonna get back at it. We're
Full
gonna
force.
seize the year, and we're going
Seize the
to
year.
just win.
Cheers to that. No, I have high hopes for 2026. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it takes us. But I've decided, because you can decide, it's going to be a good year. I'm demanding it from the universe. So go team. It's going to be good. And maybe I'll actually stick to my resolutions, to be determined. We'll find out.
That's true. So what'd you do for New Year's?
For New Year's, I did nothing exciting. I hung out at home, which was very nice, very relaxing. Highly recommend. In my old age, I have decided that it's actually really nice just to hang out at home and do nothing. So that's what I did for New Year's. But I did have a nice little break and saw some friends I hadn't seen in a while and hung out. So that was good. What about you?
Had some fun.
Yeah, good for you.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
No, it was a good time.
Good,
and it was actually really nice because we weren't expecting to do anything because we have the baby.
Yeah, right.
So I was, like, okay, cool. And then her parents were like, we'll watch Estella if you guys want to do something. It was so nice
cool,
of them.
yeah.
And they hung out with Estella and babysat. And we did our own thing and had some fun.
Nice.
Now, I learned a very valuable lesson that whenever we say we're going to leave at a very specific time, let's get out, because it was time to go for CJ. I was hurting.
That's fair.
What I meant is I was hurting for a few days.
There comes a point where you got to be like, all right, we got to call it. But I'm bad at finding that point as well. So you know what? It's okay.
It's impossible. Like, I was just like, wow. I hurt. And it was, like I said, it wasn't bad. It was all fun. We had the time of our life, but it was just, oh man. Back to reality.
Back to reality. January 5th, back at it, back in the office. January 6th today. But, I think yesterday was hard for a lot of folks.
What are you working on this week?
Who's to say? Whatever comes up. No, I have a couple of stories in the lineup that I'm excited about, and then a couple of things that will pop up as the days go on, as that goes. But one of the things I'm kind of interested in is talking about New Year's resolutions and weight loss and being healthy and that kind of thing. That's one of my resolutions, is to be healthier. But we talked about that. Me and Dan upstairs talked about just how a lot of people are like, how do I get healthier eating and healthier weight loss habits or whatever that looks like for you. So I'm working on a story about that. I'm working on a story. I've noticed a lot of people on Facebook are talking about like, hey, I'm new to the area and I can't make friends. What do I do? A lot of loneliness is very real for people our age and younger, especially. And I mean, also older adults, so people of all ages. But anyway, so I'm working on a story about that I'm excited about. So quite a few things coming down the line. So we'll see what happens, but we'll see where it goes.
You're busy.
Starting off strong, I've decided. Starting off happy. That's the rule.
Next blog.
Next blog, to be determined. Who's to say? I wish I knew.
Any fun plans the weekend?
No, I don't think so. No, it's kind of a chill weekend, so that'll be good.
Do you do anything whenever it's wintertime, or do you kind of hibernate too?
Well, I don't know. I try to still get out because, like, I know I'll lose my mind if I just stay at home for, like, a couple of months. So I'm like, okay, I got to get out. I got to see my friends. I got to do something. I am actually doing something fun. It is Galentine's Day this weekend.
Oh,
it's early, but me and my friends are getting together. We're
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a business event or...
No, this is, people do Galentine's Day in addition to Valentine's Day. So we're doing it a month early. So, because everyone has their partners and stuff. So everyone's busy on actual Valentine's Day. But Galentine's Day is going to be really fun. I'm excited about that. So I'll let you know what happens.
There we go.
I
knew I'd get something out of you by the end of this interview. Sydney, great talking to you.
Good times.
10:35, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break and come back, do a news brief, and then wrap up the Tuesday after this one.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ehrman, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at RiverBender.com/energyfuture.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Welcome back. 1037, Daily Show on a Tuesday, 1038, but who's counting? Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today. And while you're at it, go to RiverBender.com, sign up for those daily email updates. You can join myself and all those tens of thousands of people in the know. You'll never miss out. Here's some of the stories that we are following this Tuesday morning. We'll take you right to Bethalto first. This is the conclusion of a story that started in December of 2024. David A. Murray of Bethalto has been sentenced to 4 years in prison after he pled guilty to a Class 1 felony for failing to report a fatal accident that occurred on December the 29th in Alton. Murray was the driver of a 2017 Ford F-150 involved in a crash that killed Stephen J. Carell, 58 years of age, who was riding a motorized bike. Murray did not stop or notify authorities within 30 minutes, violating Illinois law. The plea deal dismissed other charges, and although prosecutors sought the maximum sentence, the judge imposed 4 years. The case is prosecuted by the Madison County State's Attorney's Office. Also in the news today, The Woods River Fire Department responded to the 800th block of State Street after an SUV ran off the road and struck a house. We showed you some of the photos from Chris Rhodes' early response to that scene yesterday on the show. Firefighters did find the vehicle had collided with the corner of the home, and it caused noticeable damage. Alt Memorial ambulance personnel treated the driver on the scene, and authorities have not yet confirmed if anyone else was inside the home. To Riverbender, we'll keep you updated when more details do emerge. Also in the news today, the community is rallying to support Sally Motley and her children after the sudden loss of her husband in West Alton. Sally and her children are seeking support from the community following the sudden passing of her husband Ronald, who tragically died after a car accident on Missouri Highway 367 near West Alton on December the 26th. Authorities believed Ronald suffered a massive heart attack that caused him to lose control. Thankfully, no one else was injured in the crash. This heartbreaking loss comes nearly a decade after Sally lost her children's father, the first time in 2016. Sally's sister Jamie has started a GoFundMe to help cover funeral costs, pay off the family's auto loan, and provide essentials like a replacement vehicle and more. The family appreciates all donations and prayers as they navigate through this challenging time. Also in the news today, David Depper, 39 years of age, listed as homeless from Kane, has been charged with a Class 4 felony for domestic battery following an alleged incident on New Year's Eve, December the 31st. Depper is accused of causing bodily harm to a household or family member. He has a history of violent offenses, including a 2010 misdemeanor domestic battery conviction in Jersey County and a 2015 aggravated criminal sexual abuse felony conviction in Morgan County, Illinois. Currently, Depper is held in Jersey County Jail as authorities consider a petition to deny his pretrial release related to a separate battery case from November of 2025. We'll keep you updated when more details do emerge. Pierce Lane and Godfrey will be temporarily closed to through traffic starting next Monday, January the 12th, and it will be closed through Friday, January the 16th. The closure affects the stretch between Surrey Court and West Del Mar as Illinois American Water and Logie Plumbing retire an old water main and perform related improvements. A detour will direct drivers east on Homer Adams, then north onto Godfrey Road, and finally west on Stamper Lane back to Pierce Lane. Local emergency services and transit providers have been notified to adjust their routes. Residents are advised to plan alternate routes, and weather could delay the project. For details, you can contact Godfrey Public Safety at 223-5995. Finally in the news today, the Edwardsville High School Marching Tigers, traveled to London over the recent winter break to perform in the prestigious London's New Year's Day Parade, showcasing their talents on an international platform. They were led by band directors Ryan Lipscomb and Dean Anderson. The group spent months preparing for their event and also visited several historical sites throughout the city. Victoria Vimard, the school's orchestra director and fine arts department chair, praised the trip as an incredible musical and cultural opportunity. The Edwardsville School District 7 administration expressed great pride in the students' dedication and outstanding representation of both the school and the community while they were over in London for that memorable day. That's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at weather if we can. If we can't, we'll just go ahead and move right on. It's 53 degrees in downtown Alton, and really, that's what you can expect the rest of the day. Temperatures right now are supposed to reach 56 degrees and drop down to 31 overnight as we head into Wednesday. Now, on Wednesday, that's when you can start to anticipate more of that cloud buildup, and that'll be overnight. On Wednesday, a high of 59, a low of 34. On Thursday, that's when you can see some rain throughout the morning, and then by the afternoon on Thursday, we'll see a thunderstorm, a high of 61 on Thursday, a low of 44 as we head into Friday. On Friday, a high of 57, a low of 44, and then on Saturday, that chance of flurries is still there, a high of 48 and a low of 33. That's a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. It's 53 degrees in downtown Alton, and it feels like it's 49 out there. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and wrap up this Tuesday right after this one.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ehrman, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Wrapping up a Tuesday. It's 10:49, a little bit of change on the 6th day of January. A couple of things to fill you in on. And let's start off with this one. You know, RiverBender.com, we were talking about this earlier, loves to spotlight student athletes, and Dan Brandon, content director, has this one for you. Out of Alton, the Alton High School girls bowling team returned to competition Monday night, defeating Belleville West at Bowhaven. The varsity squad won decisively 37-3, while the junior varsity team secured a 7-0 victory. During the varsity match, several Redbird players posted notable individual performances. Isa Espinoza led with a 541 series, including a 191 game. Chloe McIntyre followed closely, scoring a 547 series with a 202 game, and J.C. Wiggins contributed a 556 series featuring a 210 game. Jillian stood out with a 757 series, which included games of 228, 258, and 275. That's impressive. Now, the team emphasized covering frames throughout the competition as they resume play after the holiday break. Head coach Jamie Dwiggins said after the match, just congratulations to Alton High on that nice win to start off the new year. And a story that we have been following as we get back into this and wrap up the Tuesday morning show. Chris Rhodes has been on this, as well as Dan Brannon. The Collinsville and O'Fallon communities have rallied to show their support for Terry Tracy Wynn, the nail salon owner who was murdered on December the 27th. Wynn owned and operated Magic Nails in Collinsville. Visitation will be held from 1 to 5 p.m. on Thursday, January the 8th at Lakeview Funeral Home in Fairview Heights, followed by a religious ceremony until 8 p.m. Another religious ceremony is planned from 11 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. on January the 9th. She leaves behind 2 sons, a daughter-in-law, and grandchildren, along with a nephew. She was a dedicated Buddhist and welcomed everyone who came into her business. Many customers have reached out to Magic Nails and their community to express their sympathy for their loss. The visitation and religious ceremonies are open to all, and those who knew and loved Wynn are encouraged to attend. This follows the story on RiverBender.com. You can see that related as her son David has been charged with homicide for his mother's death. That's a story that Dan and the news team have been following closely. And just community notes for you as visitation is set for Thursday. And on January the 9th, another religious ceremony planned. You can stay up to date on that at RiverBender.com/news. Before I say goodbye today, there is a couple of programming notes. Lacey McDonald will be joining us this week. We're also going to be talking to Jackie Spiker with Hope Animal Rescue. And, that's kind of what I wanted to focus on when I wrap up here real quick is, Hope Animal Rescue, and this area is just blessed with so many rescues that just do so many great things, and Hope is one of them, and they're getting ready to have a really big annual event. We're going to learn all about this with Jackie, and really excited to hear more from her and just hear how Hope continues to grow. I mean, we had that conversation with Jackie last year, and you guys loved it, and it was a really great conversation. I just hung out with Jackie a few weeks ago over at Hope and got to tour the facility. It's such a beautiful spot, and really excited to have her back on and talk about how we can raise some more money for them and help them just help all those area dogs and dogs throughout the country that are in desperate need of being saved. So that happens this week as well. At 10:51, before I say so long for now, there is one final bit of news, and I'm glad that well, I thought there was. We were having some issues with our site for a second. We do have one final bit of news. The Godfrey Fire Protection District welcomed a new member on Tuesday, adding probationary firefighter John Kloss to its team. Kloss, who joined the department on his first day, comes from Gillespie Ambulance Service. He's a resident of the village, married, and has one daughter with another child on the way. Kloss has been assigned to Shift 2 and is scheduled to begin training at the Illinois Fire Service Institute Academy in March. Congratulations to you on your next step in your journey there with the Godfrey Fire Protection District. So before I say so long for now, at OSF Healthcare, they're doing great things each and every day, and they're coming up with more innovative measures, and they're just such a major presence in the community. I always talk about the prompt care story. Whenever my grandma had pneumonia and it was really bad, and we decided to go to urgent care because we didn't know at the time, and quite frankly, she didn't really have that severe of symptoms. She was just, sick, and we took her to one of the other urgent cares, and they said it'd be a 4-hour wait. And it's because we had to schedule an appointment. We don't have 4 hours to wait. She wasn't feeling good. We went right down the road to OSF Prompt Care, right there by Walmart and Godfrey. Fantastic service. They took care of her every step of the way. And what I thought was so cool about this is there was no wait. We walked in, and she literally walked out within 15 minutes. And as we're approaching flu season, as we're approaching, I hate to say it, but, COVID, which is going to happen, you're going to get sick. It's part of life. You're going to have those moments when you're going to have to see somebody. And, don't bog up the wait room at the emergency room if you don't have to, and put yourself at more risk of getting even more sick, or maybe, just sitting there for a little bit too long, when you can go to OSF Prompt Care, and they're going to take care of you. They're going to get you what you need. They're going to see you. They're going to make you feel like family. And I think that's what's important when you're receiving medical care. You can find out more about OSF Healthcare, all those great things, from the Moeller Cancer Care Center to the prompt care offices to all the great new devices they're bringing in, all that available at osfhealthcare.org. That's osfhealthcare.org. And folks, that'll do it for today. The 6th day of January. It's over as far as our daily show is concerned. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We got a great show. Lacey's going to join us, and we have some more friends joining us too. Back at it. I hope the New Year's off to a good start. Enjoy the nice weather while you can. Until I talk to you tomorrow, just try your best as always. Stay out of jail.